It started with a simple phone call, someone on the other end claiming to be from Walmart.
Your PS5 with HD headsets is ready for $1,100 to ship.
The next day, another call claiming to be Walmart security, transferring her to a federal agent saying she was a victim of identity theft.
He was trying to build trust, and he did. I really did believe him.
You believed that he was an agent with the feds?
Yeah.
After that trust was built, he almost immediately convinced her that her identity was stolen, sending her these documents claiming she needed to drain her bank accounts to protect them.
If you turn your assets into gold, and we'll take it to the U.S. Treasury, where it's FDI insured, and it's kept in a special locker for you.
So she converted her life savings to gold and gave it to the man on the other end of the phone.
How much money in gold is in this bag?
$339,750. And this is a picture of it all.
That just one of 3 times she gave over gold bars and coins, totaling
$653,000.
Then the man asked for more, claiming her house was caught up in the scam, sending her this document stating people were filing legal claims against her own property.
So I sold my house. I sold it in a week. I was out of there in a month.
Converting that cash to gold each time a courier claiming to be a federal agent picked it up. The third and final time, she wanted the gold back.
It's going to be a while, and, but by then, the scam was over for me. I mean, I knew it was a scam then.
She is just one of dozens of people caught up in the middle of this gold bar scam, typically starting with a pop-up ad or a call, sending fake documents like these with government seals. She even received a fake non-disclosure agreement. 12 News has spoken to victims across Wisconsin. By our tally, 56 victims have lost more than $18 million.
They're ruining the lives of us seniors. It's senior exploitation. It's abuse. They're ruining our lives.
Kenosha police are investigating her case, but no one has been caught. Police and federal agents across the country are arresting the people who show up to pick up the gold. Junji Liang accused of picking up more than $700,000 from a Waukesha woman. Gaurav Patel from a woman in western Wisconsin, and others like Roshan Shah, Brandy Durst, and Antonio Pena all face federal charges. Police say the couriers are separate from the callers, insulating the true orchestrators of the crime.
Most time than not, those individuals don't have a lot of information. They just know, hey, pick this up here's a bunch of money, pick this up, drop it off over here, don't ask any questions. And that's all they know.
North Aurora, Illinois police investigating a gold bar scam costing a couple $1.2 million found someone they say is higher up. Ankur Kumar Patel of Brookfield now faces federal charges, accused of posing as a federal agent to pick up cash and gold and, quote, recruited other individuals to operate as couriers of purported federal agents. The 2-year-old case helped solved by Sergeant Mike Robinson, who executed these search warrants, showing his victim's gold on Patel's phone. The gold in this picture alone worth more than $480,000. One of 3 drop-offs the elderly North Aurora couple gave away on this street.
It feels good that we got what information we needed to the federal agencies to build their larger case and snag an individual involved.
His attorney says Patel cannot comment on the case, saying it's complicated and has, quote, more to his story that will be addressed as the case proceeds through court. Back in Kenosha, the woman who lost more than $650,000 hopes police can find the suspect, sharing this warning for others.
They just came into my life and blew it up, basically.
And you want to warn others to not fall the same victim?
Right, just don't even give them the time of day. It's not real. Whatever they tell you, it is not real. It's all fake.
The scam typically starts with a pop-up ad. Here's how to protect yourself. First, don't click on it. Don't call the number on the screen. If you believe that someone from the FBI, your local police department, or someone else is calling you, hang up the phone, look up the number, and call that department directly to confirm it's actually them. For 12 News Investigates, I'm James Stratton.